What's really changed is how buyers educate themselves. Customers now want to be well informed because they ever invite sales in. So that means marketing and thought leadership matter far more.
Welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm joined by Brian Marcel, the chairman of the board and founder of IBCS Group, a leading name in enterprise mobility and barcoding solutions. At RevGen AI, we build AI automated outbound and thought leadership podcast systems for B2B founders. And this show is where we're spotlighting growth-minded leaders who are driving innovation in their industries. Today, we'll explore how Brian and his team are creating impact, scaling growth, and shaping the future of enterprise mobility and logistics technology. Brian, it's great to have you.
Oh, thanks again. Very nice to be here.
Wonderful. I guess a great place to start would be, can you share a bit about how IBCS Group got started and what really inspired you to focus on enterprise mobility and barcoding?
Well, yes. I mean, it's a long journey since 1982 when I set up a barcode business in the UK, in London. One of the first, in fact, to put barcodes on people's products. And as the industry evolved, we went into barcode printers, scanners, data capture units. But then I needed to find new markets. So in 1987, I thought the Berlin Wall might come down. So I went out there to exhibit and find some partners who I might be able to do joint ventures with, which I did. Then when the wall came down in 89, I took them out of their state-run companies, gave them business acumen, shares and finance in a new business, and we set up in 1990. Since then, we've been into Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, Slovakia, and Bulgaria, where we're the market leaders. So pretty much at the beginning of the game, actually.
So what really makes you stand out and be that market leader? How would you say you guys are defining yourself or making yourself stand out in today's enterprise market?
Well, I think we've been there so long. We've built a great reputation. So we've got very, long-term customers, and we've focused a lot on education, I guess, teaching them how to go about operational excellence using our technology. I guess, it's served us in good stead. Plus, the range of hardware and solutions is very wide, so we can address a lot of the vertical markets, which makes us quite unique and useful, I think.
Yeah. So to bring this down so that our viewers can understand, you mentioned that this is a lot of it is just about data capture, and everything nowadays revolves around having data, collecting data, organizing data, making use of the data that your company has. How are you actually helping the companies that you work for deliver operational excellence? Can you give us an example or a specific KPI that you guys track to make sure that these actually deliver outcomes that your clients care about?
Well, most enterprises are data rich, but inside poor. So they, as you say, they collect huge volumes of operational data, and then they underuse it. So the real value that I guess we give them now, and AI, of course, is very helpful in this. We give them predictive insights, early warning signals, better decisions, labor, stock, uptime, risk. So if you like, data capture was the first era, intelligence and outcome are the next.
Yeah.
They're drowning in data, but starving for insight. So nothing, very little of it, the data they have, changes their behavior. So the opportunity now isn't more data, it's intelligence that tells leaders what's about to go wrong before it does.
I like that. That is really true. Being able to actually make use of your data is the factor of it actually mattering and actually being able to help you continue to grow and not hit some roadblock or some unforeseen risk that you're not looking at. Everybody's talking about AI, and it's not just transforming, one industry, it's transforming all industries as a whole. So I'm really curious, what shifts and trends are you seeing right now, specifically in how you serve your clients, with examples of like how you're using AI to increase leverage and better and help the companies that you serve make better decisions and really get that insight?
Well, we've been moving from sort of selling hardware and software to selling outcomes and confidence. So examples of outcomes clients care about, say like fewer disruptions, higher productivity, regulatory compliance, predictable operations, this kind of thing. And AI, first of all, helps us develop solutions much quicker, but it does help with customer insights because we can track how they use our solutions, for example, and most customers won't use the solution to the best of their ability, and get the most out of them because the solutions are quite large. So we can track how they use it using AI, and then we can write a program and using the data they get, sell it back to them to make them more operationally efficient. So we can take the kind of outcomes they want, match that to what our solutions will do, and show them how to get those outcomes to increase operational excellence.
I really love that focus when you start talking about outcomes you can deliver and actually matching your language to what the prospect who you're speaking to actually cares about, and actually put yourself in their shoes through your experience, and you can speak their language. People tend to understand the value of your solution so much better. And I agree with you completely. AI is completely revolutionizing how we're doing things as well. A couple months ago, the way we did things is completely different to how we're doing things just in the matter of days and weeks that we're talking now. Every single day, our ability to completely revolutionize our solutions and improve them for to increase the outcomes that we're delivering are improving immensely, and it's very exciting. I am curious, because you've been in business for so long, for decades now,
I mentioned that, yes.
how you've really adapted over time, and specifically like maybe looking lately on a different part of your business in terms of client acquisition. I know that you are a market leader at this point, but what do you see working best for you in terms of standing out and acquiring more enterprise clients? What do you feel is working best for you as of late?
Well, I think buyer behavior has changed a lot, certainly over these years. What's really changed is how buyers educate themselves. Customers now want to be well informed because they ever invite sales in. So that means marketing and thought leadership matter far more. You're selling insight long before you're selling anything. So enterprise deals are no longer won with a single decision maker. You're really selling to a group of influencers like operations, IT, finance, compliance. If you don't help all of them understand the value early, the deal stalls. So the big shift is that buyers self-educate first. So marketing now carries much of the trust building. By the time sales gets involved, you're already being evaluated by a group of internal influencers, not just one buyer. So our job is to inform all of them before the first meeting. And I think buyers have reduced their attention span dramatically. I think I read somewhere it was about 7 seconds or something. So they don't want some salesman coming in and pontificating about what they can do. So they'll just take them in at the last minute. So basically the shift is from sales to marketing. So marketing is really crucial now.
I think the way that you put it is fascinating because it's exactly the same philosophy that I started RevGen AI with. I also saw that the gap between the way marketing used to be done, where you can just knock on a certain amount of doors and you can get your sales team foot in the door and increase your sales like that, is no longer there. And so focusing on building thought leadership is a big reason why our clients come to us. And it's so important nowadays because it's like you said, you need to be top of mind. You need to be educating your target audience so that when they actually have the need, they think of you, and they also already know that you have the expertise and have been able to demonstrate your value, so that it makes it so much easier to cut through the noise and reach buyers who are already so fatigued of being sold to. And so it really does require a more sophisticated solution. And I agree. It's a kind of a shift from focusing mostly on the sales to first marketing your approach properly. What has been some of the challenges for you in really deploying that thought leadership and consistently being able to create that demand and fill your pipeline? Has there been some challenges in you actually being able to implement that?
Yes, I think it's a cultural shift, to be fair. You know, salesmen like to be the center of everything, the center of attention, and all that. And now they're not so much. And so I guess the criteria to be a good salesman is slightly different now. You've got to be a good closer, so there's nowhere to hide. And it also affects commission structure. You know, how do we change all that? Because marketing plays such a big role. I think they're the major challenges, and also how to find the influencers. Salesmen typically don't go deep into a customer, which is, I mean, okay, the great ones do, but your average one doesn't. So having this as a kind of strategy, fixed strategy, forces them to dig deeper and find these influencers. Because the important thing is influencers don't sign contracts, but they absolutely stop them. And we try to instill that into our salespeople. And of course, it sharpens up our marketing as well. And that's why we use AI a lot for market content, driving people to have calls with our salespeople, things like that, you know. So it's great actually because it makes us more efficient as well.
It is a market pressure that is changing how everything is being done, and for the good and the bad. Those who won't adapt will be left behind, but those who can adapt to this new way of marketing, of building trust with an audience, of building thought leadership, will be able to reap the rewards. I like to ask a question a lot because I get very creative answers. So if you had a magic wand, what's one thing that you'd love to change in your business right now to be able to make your own growth easier?
That magic wand, it has just got two initials, AI. We've put in an AI transformation strategy, both internally and externally. And we're even developing some of our own tools, AI tools, like to get a knowledge base within the company where we can dump all our manuals, all our quotes, all our solutions, all our thought leadership stuff, where salespeople have access. I think we spend 80% of our time looking around for documents. You know, what did we sell to these guys last time? Who could we sell the same thing to? And AI just solves it. It's just so quick. It's just amazing. So everybody's got more time to actually earn revenue rather than chase around things, which is a nightmare.
I agree completely. It's everything that we're focused on is building reliable and trust building AI systems to really be able to leverage its capabilities, because people who still are operating in that time, in that mindset of, oh, AI can't replace us, they're the ones who are going to stay behind. And I think it's not about us being replaced. It's about our ability to use the tools, leverage them to enhance what we do, save time, and focus on what actually matters most, which is bringing in more revenue, growing the business, and focusing again. Like, I really like your focus on just operational excellence across the board and really focusing on the outcomes that matter to clients most. So, yeah, Brian, thank you for sharing all these insights. For anyone who is listening, who wants to connect or learn more, where's the best place for them to find IBCS or find you personally?
Well, our website's IBCSGroup.com. From there, you can click on all of the various different countries. People can email me on Marcel@gmail.com. I've got a personal website, Marcel.net, because I also wrote a book about IBCS's journey called Raise the Bar, Change the Game, and that's available on Amazon still.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Well, thank you, Meir. It's been very enjoyable. I'm sorry I've been a bit croaky.
No worries at all.